Hello everyone, I am Dr. Vikas Sharma. I am a skin specialist and hair transplant surgeon. Today in this video we will be talking about hair loss caused by COVID infection. So COVID can cause a lot of skin problems, but the most problematic is hair loss after COVID. So in this video we will try to know whether hair loss is actually associated with COVID infection or not. Also we will try to understand why COVID causes hair loss, and we will try to find out how you can distinguish hair loss caused by COVID from other causes of hair loss. In the end, we will also discuss how it can be treated effectively. First, let us try to understand why COVID causes hair loss. So this type of hair loss, it's not a new disease. It has been seen with many other types of diseases and stress causing conditions. So this type of hair loss is called acute telogen effluvium. Now, the same type of hair loss can be seen after any major stress that your body goes through. For example, if somebody has delivered a baby, 3 to 4 months after that, it is a common observation that the hair loss increases. Then, God forbid, if somebody goes through a surgery or any physical illness or any stress, be it mental due to any exams or any other mental stress or psychological stress or any fever, for example, typhoid or dengue, any serious illness, after 3 to 4 months of such stressful events, our body sheds our hair, and these hair are shed in enormous numbers, so it is quite alarming. Now let's try to understand why this telogen effluvium happens. So let's try to first understand what are the stages of our hair growth. So our hair grows in primarily 4 stages. So the first stage is anagen. So in this stage, which can last from 2 to 10 years, your hair tends to grow. It becomes thicker and longer, and it can vary from person to person. So somebody may have a 2-year-old anagen phase and somebody may have a 7, 8 or 10 years old anagen phase, and this is what decides the length of your hair. So after this phase is over, the hair enters into catagen phase. Now catagen is the transition phase between anagen and telogen. This phase lasts from somewhere around 2 to 3 weeks. After this transition phase, the hair enters what is known as telogen phase. So in this telogen phase, which can last from somewhere around 3 months to 5 months, our hair prepare for shedding, which is the exogen phase. And this is where we see that the hair fall out of the skin. So in a normal person, every day, some small number of hair can enter into the exogen phase or the telogen phase. But they enter this telogen phase sequentially. So suppose a person has 100 hair today, one hair will enter the telogen phase. 3 to 5 months later, that one hair will fall off. So this is what we see normally when we are combing our hair or when we are taking a bath. We see there are some hair which come onto our hands, and it is said to be normal. It is said that some amount of hair loss is normal every day. So in acute telogen effluvium, what happens is that whenever our body goes through a stressful experience, for example, a severe COVID infection, all these hair or a large majority of hair enter the telogen phase together. So 3 to 5 months later, all these hair enter the exogen phase also together. So a large majority of hair go through a telogen and exogen phase together. Now, so 3 to 5 months later, after a stressful experience, our body sheds off a large number of hair. So how you can identify post-COVID hair loss is you will notice a sudden increase of hair fall, which is enormous in numbers. The second thing that you have to notice is if you're washing your hair, if your hair fall has increased dramatically, that is also a sign that you may be suffering from telogen effluvium. The third thing is a pull test. So if you try to pull your hair from different areas of your scalp, the hair come out easily. So this is known as a positive hair pull test. The other thing that you have to notice is that this hair fall will happen between 3 to 6 months after a COVID infection. Also, to rule out other reasons of hair loss, your doctor may want to see a magnified view of your scalp with the help of an instrument known as trichoscope. Now let's discuss the treatment of acute telogen effluvium. Now, as I said, in acute telogen effluvium, a large majority of your hair are entering the telogen and exogen phases together. So after exogen phase, the hair also goes into anagen phase. So this is a self-limiting type of hair loss, means it will go on its own. So you don't really have to worry too much about it. It will be all right in some time. But if you have severe hair loss, or if you have persistent hair loss, or your hair density on the scalp has decreased, in that case you may need a treatment. For treatment, what we usually prescribe is multivitamins and multimineral tablets, or tablets containing iron and vitamin D3 supplements. In some patients, we also give lotions which may contain herbal extracts or amino acids or peptides like redensil. The purpose of all these treatments is that your hair enter the anagen phase quickly, so that your hair fall stops quickly. If all these measures are also not able to control your hair fall, in that case, PRP is another option. PRP stands for platelet rich plasma. We have detailed videos on our channel about PRP. You can go through them if you want to. But in simple language, PRP or platelet rich plasma means that a small amount of your blood is withdrawn from your forearm. It is then processed to remove a component of your blood which is known as platelet rich plasma. It contains growth factors, which are small proteins. Now, when these proteins are taken out of your blood and injected back into your scalp, these proteins, when they come in contact with your hair, they promote hair growth. They ensure that your anagen phase lasts longer and your hair enter into anagen phase or the growing phase. So your hair fall tends to stop quickly if you have severe acute telogen effluvium. Another option is mesotherapy, in which small combinations of minerals or vitamins are injected close to your hair so that they may provide nutrition to your hair. But mesotherapy is a relatively newer concept. There are not many studies available on mesotherapy, but some studies do suggest that it is helpful. But since every doctor, every clinic uses a different solution, a different combination of nutrients, standardization has not been possible till now. So a lot cannot be said about the effectiveness of mesotherapy. So in this video, I've tried to tell you everything about post-COVID hair loss and its treatments and the reasons. But still, if I have missed anything or if there is anything else that you want to know, you can ask me in the comment section below. I will try to reply to all your queries.